Welcome to Atlantic Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Capricorn for the months of late January, February 2022. We are in the element of air, so beware. Can be very windy and then suddenly nothing. Beware of gossipy sort of mind energy. Try and keep focus, which I'm sure you will, Capricorn. Just one moment. So you are in the second house of values, possessions, all that sort of business. So let's see what's coming up for you. And we have as the energy the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is all about emotional, buried emotional business that we bury. And this King actually, that's our emotions, or he brings out the emotions that have worked very deep down inside of us that we don't like to sort of tap into because it's a bit too painful type of thing. So, and tapping into values too, it's very important to sort of sometimes get to the bottom of this emotional, it's like an ice, I always say it's something frozen in time that a lot of the male energy kind of just doesn't like to sort of put too much store on talking about this kind of business. It's just not really in their DNA, and they're very practical, so therefore this kind of energy just sort of stays there frozen in time, and you only get glimpses of it really. But this energy is around. This could be to a member of your family, a father figure or somebody, a male, very strong male presence in your family that has this emotional sort of tightness in a way, or you're sensing that. So there's something around that coming through. That's the energy where you are right now, Capricorn. And of course we have the work card, the 7 of Coins, which talks about standing back and having a look at what you have created. Very much work-oriented people, Capricorn. That's their mainstay, it's their drive. They love work of all kinds, practicality, status, all this kind of thing. But this is just asking you to have a stand back and have a look at what you have created so far, and also planning for where you're going. That's been brought on and influenced by this one, which is the influencing card, and we have the Hierophant. So Hierophant is very much about your moral compass. So what feels right for you? What's your moral compass? What are your values about certain things? Most Capricorns I know are very sort of staunch about how they feel about things. They're really sort of grey. They've got their strong value system there. So this is going to sort of be cropping up throughout the next 4 weeks, interestingly enough. So it's sort of in the environment at the moment globally, isn't it? What's, the authorities say this, and then there's those that are pro and those that are con. But this is all about you, Capricorn, and your own personal moral compass. What floats your boat and what doesn't. So let's have a look what was going on in your birthday time. So December to January. We had the Chariot, Cancer, very much Cancerian energy coming in here. If you know anybody that's a Cancer, it's very much about this emotional discipline too. Just really disciplining those emotions, facing up to them and just sort of, addressing them really. And victory and success is yours for the taking, but this is a hoop you've got to jump through. It's an acknowledgement that we all have to do a bit of emotional discipline here and there, because there's weaknesses and there's all sorts, but this has been quite important for you in the last couple of weeks. Travel as well. This is very much Chariot's, very much travel, a travel card as well, travelling. So perhaps, you know, you've got some things you sort of want to do, places you want to go this year. Usually by car too, which is quite interesting because most of us seem to be going around by car. Recent influences, and we have the 2 of coins. So very much all plates spinning in the air, very balanced here. New things coming in, maybe a new side business that you're juggling with you. What you do is your day job, very much Capricornian energy as well, whereby, and indeed it's a Capricorn card, whereby there's always something on the go with you guys. There's never just the day job, there's this and there's always other additions there. So you may be just contemplating how you're going to bring that in this year, and it looks really good for you so far, and you definitely have the aptitude for this kind of thing. Certainly not work shy people. Okay, let's see the lesson you'll be learning in the next 4 weeks. Ooh, the emotional stuff again, Capricorn. So yeah, very much family. The facade of the nice, happy family sitting up there on the mantelpiece with the photograph of everyone smiling, but we all know that that's just the front. With families, there is dysfunction that becomes functional over time. So this is about sort of addressing that as well, and just really being raw about what's going on, and, you know, dipping into that a bit and just seeing it for what it really is, and also for yourself, you know, and this is life. It's not plain sailing, it never is. Even though we like to, they spruik that it should be perfect, well, it's not. So that's your lesson, and that's what you'll be sort of looking at, emotional, a lot of emotional stuff happening here. But that's all right, Capricorn, you don't have to tell anybody. Near future, so beginning with February, we're coming into the Devil, which is your card, Capricorn. So this is just that work, or you know, this is our addictions. This is what, you know, we find ourselves constantly on this wheel. It's hard to get off it. Moderation once again, emotional discipline once again, and this is your symbol, the Devil. So he is just like, yeah, he's very much about, yeah, get on with it, you know, and it's an obsession of yours in a way, but it's healthy. But then again too, it's all about sort of evening things out, just evening things out. So maybe the work time and the emotional relationships you have need to be a bit more disciplined there, Capricorn. What's happening that you're not realizing? And we have the Tower, so things are definitely changing. Your value system is changing. What you valued 10 years ago, 20 years ago, suddenly is sort of really null and void, and you're looking for bulldozing all that crap out and building a new tower, building something, you know, that's strong. Just really getting rid of all the used by stuff, you know, in your life that you think it doesn't work anymore. Why do I keep doing it? And maybe this is this, you know, emotional discipline as well, with sort of just balancing things out a little bit more, Capricorn, to get rid of, you know, those things that they're just not working, or your family or your loved ones are complaining they never see you. Well, you need to sort of really try and jig that round so it's a bit more balanced. The Tower can also be things, situations that come in, or, you know, structures that are old and out of date that really need to go, you know. That's what you're not realising, so just be prepared for that, you know, try and shift things around and get rid of what's not working for you, basically. How others see you. Yeah, strong family ties, very strong in the family zone, the Four of Coins. Should I hang on, should I let go? You know, just basically this talks about family and people really close to us. And as much as we love them, they can be aggravating at times too. It just depends with, you know, what time of the year it is or whatever, where we're immersed in something and there's the aggravation of them. But, you know, it's very hard to, it's easy to let go than hang on, actually. Capricorn, so, you know, this is how other people are seeing you too. And just hanging on to things too tightly. Maybe the work, you know, story for you is really important for you, but then you need to sort of let it go a bit. Okay, let's see what you're feeling positive about. The Lovers, big decisions, relationships, once again coming to the fore here, Capricorn. So what are you going to do? Big decisions to make, perhaps with this sort of discipline here too, about just, you know, come on. Let's just even things out a bit. Let's moderate things out a bit. Relationships are really looming large for you. And you know it. So we need to sort of really get to the bottom of that. What are you going to do with that? You're going to compromise or let go, hang on. All these kind of big questions. But it brings in your values. As I said, you're in the house, second house of values. That's what's going to come up. Interesting big cards, Capricorn. Okay, let's now have a look at the outcome. Seven of Swords, so a bit of jealousy and a bit of deceit coming in. Just be careful, it's an Aquarian card too, it's an air card, it's mind energy, so don't try to fool yourself. Don't try to deceive yourself because you might come out second best. Try and be quite honest about things for yourself, or in turn it could be somebody deceiving you or not sort of really. There's a jealous element to this which is often unpleasant, but however it does happen. So I think I'll just put a clarifier on that, Capricorn, because it's just always a bit of a murky card. It's awful. But, you know, there it is. Let's have a look. So underneath the surface of this jealousy, a deception card, and it can be your own deception as well, but you can work that out. Okay, let's see. Underneath this jealousy and deception, there is Two of Swords, so decisions to be made to move forward. So it's sort of, once again, swords. So you've got to make a decision about something. You've got to sort of really use these big cards you've got this next 4 weeks to kind of really balance things up a bit more there, because this is obviously, you know, you've got your blindfold on, you're not really, oh, it's too hard, but you have to do it, because if you don't, you'll just remain in stalemate. You'll just remain in the headlights, still burning your face off, and you'll be still umming and ahhing, toing and froing. Very big reading actually, but just think about the value set, Capricorn, and setting yourself a bit free and just getting rid of stuff that you don't like, that you're doing and it's not working. Your message is courage. It is not the strength of the body that counts, but the strength of the spirit. Courage is a spiritual energy taking you beyond all fear and resistance to remove internal and external blockages on the path. There you have it. Take that courage, Capricorn, and see what happens. Make that decision. Big ones. Let go. Have a great month. It's all good. Thank you so much for listening.